When Kaone Carrillo was running on the dusty streets of Botswana as a little girl, a life of fame and glamour was mere fantasy. Today, she's an internationally celebrated model living in New York. What makes Kaone's success unique is the fact that she doesn't fit the mold of what is considered a conventional model. This is her story. From cosmetics to clothing, she's a familiar face on the African continent and abroad.
She has really built her way up through a very difficult industry, just with her personality and her drive, really.
Kaone Carrillo is signed to one of the biggest modeling agencies in the world and now lives in New York. But before the catwalk and the spotlight, she was a simple rural girl with big dreams. Kaone was born and raised in a village in Botswana.
My mother used to take us to Masimo, the farms where your grandmother, you are the scarecrow for the birds so that they don't eat her sorghum. And we hated it. I mean, as kids, you just think, oh, mom is the worst. But it wasn't. It was good for us. It was good character building.
Although Kaone's family lived a simple life, she still had great aspirations.
I remember watching TV and just wanting to be inside it. But my environment, the environment that I was in, didn't offer any way for that to happen. It didn't actually, it just seemed impossible. It seemed like it's just a far-fetched idea.
But most importantly, she did not want to allow pessimism to creep in.
When she thinks of doing something, she'll go for that and will always be positive of what she thinks.
In 2005, Kaone's luck changed. She heard about auditions scheduled to take place at a television channel.
I loved KTV at the time. I'm like, woo, this is it. I'm gonna go present because I loved television at the time. So I went thinking I'm auditioning for a TV show.
But it turned out the company was looking for models. Typically, Kaone decided to give it a try.
I can barely walk on high heels. My audition day, I was wearing a jumpsuit and some heels I'd borrowed from my aunt because I didn't have any of those things.
To everyone's surprise, the judges chose an unprepared and intimidated Kaone. The girl from a little-known village officially became the Nokia face of Africa.
We used to talk and relate like mother and daughter and teacher and student. So she used to have some struggles in her life, and I felt that she needed that breakthrough, and I really know that she will use that to her advantage and also to the benefit of her family.
And she did. With the extensive publicity came her first gig in neighboring South Africa. In the next few years, Kaone would go on to use every opportunity that came her way to cement her place in the modeling world.
She was prepared to take the next step. And the next step always in a model's career is going overseas. And she wanted to head to New York. And you have to understand that with Kaone, she's not your typical model that is just tall and beautiful and whatever. She's a little bit shorter than normal.
But in New York, Kaone would face an acid test.
We don't care about what you did in Africa. We don't care about what you did in South Africa. We don't care at all. What we care about is what you're doing in New York. And what we care about is what is your next chapter. And it was a great humbling experience in the sense that it's like starting from scratch.
Kaone pushed with all her might and handled disappointments well. Today, she is living her dream in the country known as the land of opportunity. But she hasn't forgotten the village that made her who she is.
This next phase, it's very much about that. It's very much about talking to girls and giving these talks and and being in a position to effect some positive change.
There's no doubt African children are looking up to you, Kaone. Well done. Well, that's it for now. Join us again next time as we explore the lives of those who dare to dream, the people who are committed to making South Africa a country of possibilities. My name is Mphola Gaje. Cheers.